Oh my God, he recorded that, Austin.
I recorded all of everything.
That's good.
I literally was itching him, and he was like, "Hey,
Hey,
how are you?"
I'm well.
Good.
Good.
Hi, my name is Yasmin Omar. I am a self-love enthusiast, an inspiring entrepreneur, a lover, a creator, and yeah.
And she's a beautiful woman. Hi, I am Austin. I am a musician. I am a financial advisor. I'm a businessman. I am a lover. And I am a passionate black man.
So why did you two decide to make videos talking about working together as a couple?
I think it's very important that we shed light on the difficulties and also the positive aspects, so that way people who are actually trying to find balance between their relationships and their work life, because everybody wants to be self-employed nowadays, but how do you find balance between that? How do you find balance between your relationship and what you love to do? You know, because you have to separate yourself completely. So I think it's very important that we show, or at least learn and show, how we can actually implement those things into our own relationship while giving other couples the tools to do the same.
Wow, Austin just really got it all in the bag. For me, it's more so, everyone has always said, "Damn, Yasmin, you really work with, like, you're around Austin, like, all the time, like, go hang out with people or whatever." And I want people to see how it is that we're best friends, but also how amazing it is to be building and growing with somebody. And then not only that, but being able to grow such an amazing business together. And
At what point in you two's relationship did you decide it was time to start working together? And how did you know it was okay to do so?
Yes, girl.
my turn, okay. Well, it kind of came from us wanting a dog. So we wanted to get a dog, and then we were doing research, and we started falling in love with everything. And then we were like, we knew we wanted to do something with each other as far as business goes, so we could have something in common.
So we wanted to figure out how we could actually create something that would give us the benefit of becoming financially free, but also spending time together. And I think that we found that within this.
But you didn't answer the question.
Oh.
How did you know you were ready to start working together?
That's a great question. So initially, I don't believe that we had come to the decision that we were ready to work together. We just started doing it. So it was very important for us to learn how to work together as we jumped into it, because it wasn't something that we premeditated. It was more so about, okay, this is what we want to do. We haven't done it before, but how can we do it?
Yeah, that's why it was kind of hard for me to think of a response, because we never really had a conversation that, oh, we're ready. We're ready for this. We're still learning. It is kind of hard, not gonna lie, because if one's not doing something, then it starts to go bad. So we have to just go back and refresh. And so we never really had a conversation.
We have to point out each other's strengths and weaknesses at times to figure out what we can improve on as a whole. Because if one person's lacking something and the other person's lacking or doing more, you have to kind of figure out how it is that you can continue at a steady pace. And, you know, there's going to be times where things aren't always smooth, obviously. But how do you get through those times smoothly, you know?
What is your favorite part about working with your partner?
Crickets. Did you want me to go first?
Desmond, when there's silence like that, let it be so he can put the crickets in.
Okay.
What?
This is one of the things. I'm just kidding. I love working with Austin because he really brings the best out of me and allows me to feel comfortable and just to be myself overall.
I try. I love working with Yasmin because she is very, very good at being herself. And I think that allows me to be more expressive in how I can be me without having to worry about it, just because I know she's doing the same thing. So doing it with your partner. I think one of the greatest benefits is being able to be yourself with your significant other and not having to worry about being judged because it's not just you.
I like that. That was sweet. That was a great response.
Definitely. Your turn.
Can you ask it again?
Yeah, what about you? What is the benefit of working with your partner as opposed to working alone?
I agree with him. I'm the most comfortable when I am with Austin. If Austin weren't to be here right now, I would get really nervous because I'm actually camera shy. So the fact that he's here, it's making it easier. Like he said, I can be myself, and he just brings the best out of me. And it's easy for me to be myself because there's no judgment. He lets me be unapologetically me.
That is the quote of the day. Unapologetically be yourself.
Would you say gets in the way of effective problem solving?
Things get in the way of problem solving is our ability to understand where we're coming from. If we could always say, hey, Yasmin always has good intent, and I know she's not trying to hurt my feelings or anything like that, it would definitely help. But we don't think like that as human beings. We usually think that when somebody says or does something that we're not used to, it's a personal attack against us. So I feel like that has been a learning, something we needed to learn, because over time, hey Austin, can you repeat this?
He does not like being he doesn't like repeating himself.
Well, there's times where I want to re-record the whole video.
This isn't a part of the script.
God.
Yeah, so see, I'm like emotion based, right? And he's more logic. So we work well, but then also other times it's just like butting heads.
Sometimes I don't understand, she doesn't understand, it gets nowhere.
It doesn't.
And then we just say, you know what, this isn't getting anywhere, so let's just do it. Let's just go, Because when it actually gets to a point where we can't conversate or there's nothing coming out of it, I feel like we're arguing for no reason.
Right. There's
There's a lot of times when we forget what we were initially arguing about.
Yeah.
And that's because of the fact that you let your emotions get the control of you. So what were we arguing about in the first place? So
Well,
you always, go
sorry.
ahead. There you
That
go.
just goes to show you like it wasn't even that important.
Yeah.
Like if you don't remember it,
Emotion
it's not important.
over logic.
What is it that you can't stand about working with one another?
So, okay, is this just for like when we're recording or in
No,
general?
in general.
Oh, okay. Austin is a perfectionist. Like really everything needs to be perfect. And that is something that really bothers me because I like to be myself. And if I'm stuttering or if I say a lot, that's just me being me. Obviously, it depends on the situation. If I'm trying to be professional, that's another thing. But when we're recording or working, he's so perfect that it starts to make me anxious. Okay, Austin always needs to be serious. And he doesn't like because I tried for him to be himself, and then he'll get serious. When off the camera, he's not. He's...
You don't know that though.
I love you a lot.
I prepared for this. Where's my phone? I'm just kidding. The hardest part about working with my partner would be communication. I feel like communicating is definitely something that we've had to work on over time. As we get further into business or YouTube, we have to continue to grow through communication. But I know that it was difficult in the beginning because she communicates emotionally and I communicate logically. Therefore, when I speak what I think and it makes sense, it doesn't connect with how she feels. So then it creates conflict. And then that conflict turns into an argument, and the argument goes on, and we forget what we were trying to solve in the first place until the argument is over. Because at the end of the day, the only way that we can become successful is learning how to better our communication. But by far the hardest thing for me is the fact that we need to communicate better. At least getting our point across in a way that is smoothly taken by the other person.
If you were to see us when we first started dating, you can actually see the growth.
Yeah, I look like a grown man now.
What skills do each of you bring to the table? Who's good at what?
I believe that I bring, ironically enough, I do believe I bring maturity.
Yes.
Yeah, emotionally and just overall.
I'm still growing. I got a lot of things to improve on, as everybody does, but I know that I do play too much sometimes, and I try to portray myself to be very serious, which is definitely something that I'm working on. What I believe I bring to the table is let's get things done effectively. How can we make the most of something? How can we do something to get the most benefit, but also give the most benefit as well? Like this video, you know? So I think that is very cool for us to come together and, like she said, she brings the maturity, but I bring the execution.
The way you said that made me feel like we were superheroes. Like,
Jungle Bully Kennels.
So while you're busy working together, how do you manage to make time for yourselves individually?
I don't. I'm just kidding.
if you are considering working with your significant other, here are 5 things we recommend you consider.
It's very important you know your strengths and your weaknesses.
The second thing is prioritizing time together romantically and individually.
Practicing individuality and making sure that you also keep in mind you do need your own personal time. That way you can be not only the best when it comes to showing up for your business, but also showing up for your significant other when they need it.
Number 4, I'd say executing, getting things done, having a plan for it so that you're holding each other accountable for things.
Tip number 5, doggy style is not just for dogs. It's very important that you understand that you have to have a balance between emotional connection, intimacy, and connection with work, which is just discipline and being in grind mode. Thank you guys for watching.
Make sure to smash that like button.
Destroy the subscribe button.
And don't forget to comment, y'all.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Yasmin.
And this is
Jungle Bully Kennels.
My barber, he puts the hairline spray on you, right?
That's not work related.
He makes it so crisp, right? We go out, we're in a group setting. I'm just done getting my hair cut, I'm feeling fresh or whatever. She gonna sit there and point at my hairline talking about, look, Austin Barber. You blew my cover.
That's not work related.
I'm serious sometimes. I'm serious.
Okay, I didn't know it was a bad thing. I thought it was known as your